Viewet Chilwana.
I'm Labika Rawood. For more information on the work that we do and how you can help us to help others, please visit our website www.secondchances.org.za.
In Junior Achievement South Africa, its focus is really to expose youngsters within high school and out of school to entrepreneurial thinking, and ours is focused at high school from grade 10 to 12.
I'm very big on youth empowerment and making a difference and touching lives and impacting the lives of our young people. That's practically what I do with my foundation as well, and ever since I was crowned as Miss SA.
The goal of the magazine is to basically share information that will be able to assist small business owners.
You're listening to The Social Show with Viewet Chilwana
And Labika Rawood, live on brandlive.co.za.
Welcome everybody to The Social Show on a Thursday, bright and early. And I hope you guys are having a really good Thursday. I know Thursday is just like the day before Friday. So you just want to take it easy, take it a bit slow at work, because tomorrow the weekend begins and we can rest. But anyway, before I get on with the show, let's start off as usual with the news. The Nigerian city of Port Harcourt used to be known as the Garden City because of its soaring palm trees and green open spaces. But since late last year, black soot has been falling from the sky, scaring and angering residents of the oil hub who claim nothing is done to protect their health. Stephen Obodekwe, a Port Harcourt resident and environmentalist, told AFP that when you hang your clothes, before you know it, they become black. When you step on your floor, everything is black. Now, the soot appeared in November last year, and clouds became a hazy grey, and more people were seen wearing protective face masks. People said that when they brush their teeth in the morning and try to clear their throat, they get dark phlegm, and this happens also on their nostrils. Now, toxic smog is a phenomenon that has more than often been associated with the populous developing economies such as India and China. The government in River State, of which Port Harcourt is the capital, in December urged the public not to panic, but last week set up a task force to investigate the matter. The Federal Environment Ministry in the national capital of Abuja on Monday, 13th Feb, declared the air pollution an emergency situations and warned residents to shut doors and windows. The hashtag Stop the Soot has appeared on Twitter, and people are sharing photos of their hands and feet covered in dust, and protest marches are being organized. In other news, joint efforts between the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, SAPS, and custom officials have led to the confiscation of 30 million worth of poached abalone in the Western Cape. The department said that the recent two raids in the Milnerton and Montague Gardens areas yielded a combined total of 27,182 dried, as well as over 13,000 wet abalone. Further investigations led to the discovery of a 13-meter container at the Cape Town harbour that had already been cleared for export to the Far East. Upon opening of the container on the 10th of February 2017, the container was found to contain pellets and sealed boxes containing illegally harvested abalone. The whole consignment has been seized in terms of the Marine Living Resources Act 18 of 1998, pending further investigations and court proceedings. The department said the latest successes to the joint law enforcement agencies against organized crime are positive results of the efforts of partners involved in the enhanced and coordinated enforcement project. The law enforcement agencies are all under instruction from the Cabinet to operate integrated under the Marine Protection Services and Governance, the MPG, of the lab Operation Pakisa. Lastly, the Matatiele Spaza shop is starting their own paraffin safety campaign. Now, several Spaza shops in Matatiele, a local municipality in the Eastern Cape, have been revamped as part of Engine's paraffin education and safety campaign. The branded Spaza shops reinforce important paraffin safety messages both in English and isiXhosa. Highly visible sites were chosen to ensure that messages are seen by many people as possible. Engine's signature blue color is currently easily identifiable on more than 36 spaza shops in Gauteng, the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape. And these spaza shops feature clearly articulated messages regarding safe storage, cooking, and labeling of paraffin products. Now, research has found that in the absence of adult supervision, it is the children who often shop, cook, and oversee the household duties in many underprivileged communities, and it is these youngsters who are particularly vulnerable to the dangers of handling paraffin incorrectly. Mtum Duvane, Engine's corporate social investment manager, says the company's Spaza Shop Paraffin safety campaign targets stores that are well established and optimally located in these communities and offer good communication, viability, negotiation, and contracts with store owners. Initiate the process. Following this, standardized templates ensure the consistent branding and messaging is displayed on the Spaza shops in the targeted areas. And that concludes our news for the day.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.beastownmedia.co.za.
We're back at it at the social show. If you didn't know, now you know. Today I decided to take it easy. As I said in the beginning of the show, I think it's a Thursday and we just deserve to hear some good news sometimes. Not only, interrogate and investigate and be so hectic. So today I decided to really talk about African celebrities. Sometimes we speak about celebrities on the show. And remember when Labika was still here, and I keep saying it because it's just been a week. So bear with me, everybody. But celebrities, we're going to talk about African celebrities who, support humanitarian causes. And I think sometimes we think celebrity and we think, Ben Affleck or, Madonna's coming to Africa. But we really need to start looking at how Africans are supporting Africans. And there's so many celebrities that are doing such great work. And I decided to just look at the African celebrities, the people that are doing really big things, but are, African born and have African, connections, and find out what it is that they're doing. So, celebrities who support humanitarian causes are not only obviously the bravest people in the world. They are celebrities who deserve, I think, the most praise for their sacrifice and commitment towards providing a future for the less privileged. From Didier Drogba to Alec Weck, I decided to crunch the numbers to rank the most truly charitable stars and give you the top 7 African celebrities who are very active in humanitarian causes, either via their own NGOs or working with other foundations. Now, obviously, this is my list. So if you guys have people that that you'd like to put on the list that I maybe haven't spoken about, please don't hesitate to email us on info@social-tv.co.za. But more than that, you can go onto our all of our platforms, Social One TV on Twitter, and just let me know who you think I didn't mention, and I will mention them next time I speak about South African celebrities. Something that I don't want to do all the time, because celebrities get enough, press, and I'm not really going to give them more if they don't deserve it. But today, I think it's truly deserved. Anyway, on our 7th place, we're going to have Alec Weck. Now, Alec Weck is a South Sudanese-born supermodel and UNHCR Goodwill ambassador. His NGO, and is called Alec Weck's Journey Home. So she is part of an NGO called Alec Weck's Journey Home. Now, through this foundation, Alec supports the United Nations High Commission for Refugees to expand and launch life-changing projects in areas of education, agriculture, health in their home country of South Sudan, where it's helping over 700,000 South Sudanese rebuild their lives. I think this is so beautiful, because the issue of refugees is one that a lot of people sweep under the rug and they don't really talk about it. And it's very important that when you are a supermodel or a celebrity and you have that sort of access to international states, and you are working in other countries, that you do sort of try and get your people, or the people that are in your country that would like to explore and see other and get into other economies, just open that up and make it easier for them to really improve the quality of their lives. So I really like what Alec Weck is doing. And you can find out more on Alec Wick's Journey Home. Just visit www.alecwicksjourneyhome and you will find out a little bit more. On our 6th place, we're going to talk about Bisila Bokoko. And Bisila is from Equatorial Guinea, is a global brand ambassador and entrepreneur. Bisila Bokoko made history by becoming the only woman of African descent to serve as the executive director of the Spain-US Chamber of Commerce. Now, she is a go-getter. She is, goals. If I'm talking about goals, I'm talking about Bisila Bokoko. Now, her non-profit organization is called Bisila Bokoko Africa Literacy Project and is a foundation focused on sourcing resources from all over the world with the purpose of building libraries and providing books and educational facilities to children and families in rural areas across Africa. Now, Ms. Bokoko has focused her efforts on organizing people and resources to build modern libraries in Africa, and they are currently planning to launch a new library in Zimbabwe, and I think this is amazing. Also, if you want to find out a little bit more about Bisila, you go to www.bbalp.org and you can get involved. She's working in Zimbabwe. No, she's working in Ghana. She's working in Kenya. And literacy is a huge problem. We have such a high adult literacy problem in Africa, where you find that the people who went through the struggles, the people who have been fighting for our freedoms, as the millennials, are now sitting down and realizing they didn't have the education, they didn't get the skills, and they can't make enough money. And it's very important that we support those people because they were in the front line when we weren't even around. So we support the literacy program by Bisila, and she makes our number 6. And number 5 we have Waje. Now, in 2012, award-winning Nigerian songbird Waje launched a non-profit organization. It's called Waje Safe House to provide support to women and children across Africa. Now, the Safe House's first project was financial support to the children's primary school in the impoverished slum of Makoko in Lagos. And Waje, through Waje Safe House, in support of the MEDIC, which is MEDIC, gave away proceeds from her Ring Back tune earnings towards the refurbishment of a dilapidated schoolhouse and furniture for schools. So most recently, Waje Safe House is partnering with women organizations in 3 cities in Nigeria to provide computer education and facilities to young women and adult children. So she's really looking out for the women and the children, which I think is very important, because again, if you look at any hierarchy, women and children are at the bottom, worse off if you're a black woman and children, but more than that if you're African. So it's very important. I think it's a very important organization. And, financial support is where it all is. And what I love is that she's using, again, what she knows, which is music, and, making music, and all the proceeds go to, the Ring Back tune, which I think is an easy and really cool way to make money for your organization, because you're going to want to, market your music, market your song, and you're going to want people to actually use that money to go to your organization. It's a win-win. So Waje, you are at a number 5 place ranking rather. And number 4 we have, and I know a lot of people will not agree with me, but we have Charlize Theron. Yes, our own South African born Academy Award winning actress tops our list. Well, not really tops, she's in the top 4, which I think is not bad, right? What she does is, with her Charlize Theron Africa Outreach Program, Ms. Theron directly supports young Africans in the fight against HIV and AIDS to the geographic scope of CTAOP. These acronyms are really difficult. Like, we need to find new ways of calling things. Like, we can't be like CTOAP. Anyway, I digress. So she has this geographic scope within sub-Saharan Africa, and her NGO is primarily focused on activities in obviously in South Africa. And the CTAOP has directly collaborated with the Oprah Winfrey Angel Network, providing leading funding to Mpinlone, a community-based South African nonprofit that provides mobile health services to schools in the impoverished Umkanyade district of KwaZulu-Natal. Again, health is a big issue in South Africa. We had the huge Life City Many situation that we still need to tackle and sort of peel away at. But I love the fact that she noticed the fact that health services aren't readily accessible to impoverished areas. And if you think about KwaZulu-Natal, it still has the highest rate of HIV and AIDS victims. So we have to sort of never forget that it's still a real thing. So I really love the fact that she looked into health services, and then she looked into which community was really suffering, and then she paired the two. So Charlize Theron makes our 4th place. Love her work. In our 3rd, we have Didier Drogba. I know a lot of guys will love this because he is really a great footballer. Now, this award-winning superstar created the Didier Drogba Foundation in 2007 rather. And in 2013, the foundation distributed billboards and health materials across Africa in the lead up to and during the 2013 Orange Africa Cup of Nations in South Africa. Now, the DDF has also been supporting the not-for-profit United Against Malaria since 2012. He's a global superstar and one of Africa's hottest soccer players, I think, and who continues to support humanitarian activities across the world. I'm very, very glad about this because I think a lot of soccer stars don't really look into. Okay, we have Wade van Niekerk who is an athlete, but I mean soccer stars don't really look into foundations, and I think Didier is doing a great job of really beginning that conversation and starting it to say, guys, we come from really bad backgrounds, we come from craziness, and we've made it, and it's very important that we give back. And malaria is a huge problem in Africa, and again, accessibility to health and health materials across Africa is difficult. It is crazy difficult. So I really love what he's done, and he makes our 3rd spot for today's show. In 2nd place, drum roll please. Okay, we don't have a drum roll, but you can drum roll in your head. We have Leah Kebede. Now, this ageless supermodel, entrepreneur, and philanthropist launched the Lydia Kebede Foundation upon her appointment as the World Health Organization's Goodwill Ambassador in 2005. Now, the LKF, I must say, though, DDF and LKF are really cool. I think it's easier to say, so they're doing well there. But anyway, the LKF is a non-profit organization, obviously, that supports leading organizations working to reduce maternal newborn deaths in Africa through advocacy, education, and grant making and partnerships. Now, LKF works actively with foundations such as Born Free Africa, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which does a lot of work in Africa, and a few others. Now, Kebede especially uses her fashion credentials and influence to get fashion biggest buyers to support her cause. And she has worked with the famed jeweler David Yurman, supermodel Dudson Cruz, and many others on her project. So we give her a round of applause, and I think it's just self-explanatory. What she's doing is amazing, reducing the deaths of newborn children in babies rather in Africa, because it is an issue. It is a really big issue, and we'll be tackling it maybe next week a little bit more to find out what is actually going on. But on our 1st spot, just before I wrap up the show, is my favorite musician of all time. She's from Africa. She's beautiful. She sounds great. If you don't know who I'm talking about Asa. Now, the Dreamer Girl is a pet project of Bukolo Elamide, aka Asa, which focuses on enhancing literacy in primary schools across Nigeria. Now, the Dreamer Girl project builds libraries across primary schools in Nigeria and organizes reading and literacy classes with organizations for pupils. Dreamer Girl in 2013 successfully completed its first library at the Progressive High School in Surulere in Lagos, and other Nigerian celebrities and the Overbrume Foundation were involved. Now, Asa takes the 1st spot, and I am so glad. I love her so much. And again, literacy is a huge problem. The more we get educated, the more we educate our people, the more we educate our children, the better our future is going to be. It's so simple. It's that simple. And the more we educate, the better innovative ideas will come out of Africa to save and to keep Africa really on top of their game. Really, we really want to change the way we speak about Africa. We want to change the way people speak about Africa. We just want it to be a little bit more conducive and a little bit more. We want it to be better. We want to have a better Africa. And that concludes my show for the day. And I gave you the top 7 African countries giving back to Africa. I will not ever stop saying Africans need to give back to Africans, and if we start doing that, we can start really creating the kind of Africa we all know exists. We all know exists in our hearts and know exists in our communities and in the eyes of all the people that are suffering right now. So that's the end of my show. I'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we have an amazing show, amazing interview, and you cannot miss it. Thank you for listening. More than 8.1 billion rand was invested in CSI initiatives in the year 2015. Initiatives that want to save our planet, lift people out of poverty, and advance economic inclusion. Join me, Viwe Cholwana, as I unpack the projects that are aiming to move South Africa forward every week from 4 to 5 p.m. on The Social Show. brandlive.co.za, harnessing the power of talk radio. The Social Show is the only show that gives you updated content on all things CSI.
The show will interrogate and report on the latest initiatives that are supported, developed and initiated by the public and private sector.
Hosted by myself, Viwe Cholwana,
and me, Lebika Raward,
every week from 4 to 5 p.m. Hear it on brandlive.co.za.
See it on social-tv.co.za.
brandlive.co.za, harnessing the power of talk radio.